What it do? Bedtime crew. Hey man, listen, today I am here with my final prediction for the main event of UFC 324. We've got Justin Big Rufus Gaethje versus fucking Paddy the Body Lad, you know what I mean, like. And dude, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know about how any of you guys feel, but this main event has been kicking my fucking ass, dude. Like, I cannot wrap my head around this. I keep going back and forth. Like, I can see Pimblett subbing him. I could feel a Gaethje win coming. But today, I want to nail down my final prediction, my final analysis after rewatching some of their fights again and really thinking about how they match up. And I think the reason why it's so confusing for me, or why it's so hard for me, is people have been shitting on Paddy Pimblett for the entire past year. Like, people have just been looking at this dude's resume. Every single performance that he has, they've been shitting on him this entire time, talking about, none of his wins, make any sense, all this type of stuff. He's not top 5 worthy, but now in this fight, he's a 2-1 favorite, and they're all shitting on Justin Gaethje. It's so confused, but it doesn't make any sense to me. I'm like, I swear you guys have been saying this whole time, Paddy Pimblett's bad, and now they're all glazing the fuck out of him. It's so confusing, bro. Because I think Pimblett's been underrated for a while now. I was defending him going into the Michael Chandler fight, saying he's going to beat Michael Chandler. I was defending him going into the Bobby Green fight, saying he's going to beat Bobby Green easily. And I think that he is really good, but I think that this top 5 at lightweight is going to be really hard for him to beat, just based on what he's good at and what he's not good at. I mean, he's a very skilled grappler. His jiu-jitsu is fucking elite. He wins scrambles, and when he gets into good positions, he causes damage. He locks up submissions really efficiently in grappling exchanges. On the feet, he has great kicks, great knees. Those are going to be a big weapon against Gaethje. He's got a big frame for 155, and he has a crazy fucking chin. He's talking about, mate, scousers don't get knocked out. In the words of Cody Garbrandt, sorcerers don't get knocked out, right? And he has big power. And one thing I think that goes under the radar about Paddy Pimblett is his team is very smart with their game plan and going into these fights. They script out the things that he's going to do in all of these matchups. And I think they deserve a lot more credit for how intentional the things he does when he fights, like how intentional that all is. But Paddy, like the thing with Justin Gaethje that's making me like, bro, I cannot pick Paddy to win this fight. This dude, he's not Khabib, bro. He's not Charles Oliveira, Max Holloway. These are the guys that have beat Justin Gaethje. I don't think he is as quick or as sharp or as accurate or as powerful on the feet as Charles Oliveira or Max Holloway. I think he might have more straight up like punch power, but he's not on their level in terms of striking skill, speed, or defense either. Let me just say that, right? And as for his grappling, his jiu-jitsu is insane, but he doesn't have the wrestling of Khabib. He doesn't have the wrestling of a Charles Oliveira unless he hurts you, right? And I think his defense on the feet is so suspicious, bro. Like, just so cool. I'm just remembering the Jared Gordon fight, thinking about that shit. He keeps his hands low in exchanges. He's open to being countered in the boxing exchanges. And Justin Gaethje, this is one thing I said at the gym, and the boys didn't really get what I meant, but like, I think you guys understand. Gaethje's old, but he's not washed. Like, he's 37, but he's not moving like Michael Chandler. He's not holding the ball on the shoulder, doing the fucking PG-13 fucking washed animation. He's not washed. He's not washed, bruv. You know what I mean? He has not shown this crazy drop-off in his skill set. He's 4-1 in his last 5 if we're talking about the guys that he's fought. He has great striking, obviously better than Paddy Pimblett in the boxing. Very, very powerful calf kicks. I think those are going to come into play in this matchup. He's got big power in the hands. He's improved his boxing fundamentals and his footwork under Trevor Whitman. His defense has gotten a little bit better. And I would say in terms of him and Paddy, he's probably equal or more powerful on the feet in terms of punch power. He does have solid takedown defense. Like, the weakness is the grappling, right? But we have seen him show a decent ability to be taken down and push off the initial takedown and get back up against guys like Michael Chandler. And same thing with Eddie Alvarez. He was able to keep that fight standing a little bit. He still got finished. But, I just feel like there's a difference between the guys that he's lost to in terms of their striking and Paddy Pimblett. Now, if this hits the mat, though, he's gonna get fucking out grappled. Like, he's getting subbed, bro. If he gets put flat on his back the way he was getting put on his back by Fiziev, he's getting subbed. Like, that's just what it is. Fiziev has a fucking inverted triangle and doesn't even lock it up, doesn't even attack the top arm that's totally free for a Kimura or armbar or something like that. Paddy Pimblett will do that. So it's important that Justin Gaethje defends the takedowns. But I think because Paddy Pimblett's not a traditional wrestler, and Justin Gaethje does have a lot better, I would say, movement on the feet. He's a little bit more natural, a bit more smooth on the feet. Better boxer, better control of range with his jab and his defense and all that stuff. I think that he'll be able to keep this fight standing because Pimblett does not shoot takedowns out in the open very traditionally. He hurts people and then he jumps on them, or he initiates kind of a grappling exchange from the clinch. He gets clinched up against the fence, something like that, and then he'll jump a triangle, he'll jump guard, and he'll use a submission to kind of end up on top. Or sometimes, if he's tied up, he will get takedowns from the upper body. So it's a body lock or it's a trip, up on the feet. It's not a traditional takedown, which we're seeing other people hit on Gaethje like Khabib, right? So it'll be interesting to see if he can clinch up with Gaethje, because Gaethje does have good striking in the pocket. I think he's going to be able to land his uppercut in the pocket. I think he's going to be able to land that Rufus right hand over the top. He does a really good job of tying up and striking in the clinch, and he actually does have decent takedown defense. It's like 68% or something like that. Paddy Pimblett's takedown accuracy is in the 20 percentile, so not very good like in that thing. Like I said, he's not a traditional wrestler, dude. So I think that this fight will actually take a lot of place on the feet, striking. I think Paddy Pimblett will just be patient at range, throwing his kicks, staying out in the open. And his chin is really fucking good, but his defense is fucking trash. Like, I'm sorry, bro, but like, Michael Chandler, to me, the more I think about that, the more I'm like, yeah, it's easy to look good on the feet against Michael Chandler, bro. Michael Chandler is one of the most I'm sorry that I have to say your name, bro. Michael Chandler, Mike. One of the most inaccurate, sloppy, muscle fucking head, meathead strikers in the UFC. No accuracy on the feet. If he rocks you, he's just going to go swinging and missing. And he's allergic to winning. I think his power is also overrated. He charges up so hard that, of course, it's going to be hard when he lands on people, but then he blows the finishes, he fumbles it, he gasses out, and he gets demolished. And he did the exact same thing against Justin Gaethje, except I would say Gaethje pieced him up and beat him up on the feet even worse and damaged him even more just straight up on the feet. So I think coming into this fight, if we're comparing Paddy Pimblett's last opponent to Justin Gaethje, Gaethje is going to be a lot sharper than Chandler was. And he's not just going to be like ducking down, trying to enter range. Like, Michael Chandler is just low output and low accuracy. That is not Justin Gaethje. Justin's going to use his calf kicks. I think he'll mix things up, jab to the body, jab to the head, set up that overhand. And the biggest weapon on the feet that I see landing against Paddy Pimblett is that left hook. We've seen it so many fucking times in his fights that left hook is always going to be there. We've seen him rocked by it against Jared Gordon. People say that he lost that fight against Jared Gordon. And Justin Gaethje is just levels above any of the people that Paddy Pimblett's fought, and he's not washed. Like, that's what it is. He's obviously coming off, 2 fights ago he got knocked out cold, but still, he's 4-1 in his last 5. He's beat Fiziev twice on the feet, striking with him, beating him up with the boxing. He beat Dustin Poirier by KO as well. I just feel like Justin Gaethje is not this old, shitty fucking man. Like, I just think he's way better than Bobby Green, way better than Tony Ferguson, way better than fucking Michael Chandler. And I also think his defense is underrated. Like, his chin is obviously an issue. I do think he'll get chicken legged at some point, because he does duck into kicks and he does just high guard a lot. But he has good footwork. He has decent head movement when it comes to the boxing. I can see Paddy Pimblett sorry, let me just fix that up. Best editor on YouTube. I can see Paddy Pimblett countering some of his weapons really well. I think Paddy Pimblett, when those Rufus calf kicks are coming in, he's going to be using those teeps and those front kicks, and I can see that kind of off-balancing Gaethje. I can also see Paddy Pimblett landing his head kicks and front kicks to the body, because just the way that Gaethje moves and he guards himself, he is there to be head kicked. And against Fiziev, There was a sequence where Fiziev tagged him up with like 3 or 4 body kicks really hard there, like right under the high guard. And Gaethje didn't really have a counter. He just kind of emoted his way out of it. But Paddy Pimblett will utilize those, and he's just a bigger, longer lightweight than a guy like Fiziev. So I think those weapons are there. I think the kicks for Paddy Pimblett will be big in this fight. We saw Max Holloway using kicks really well against Gaethje also. But yeah, I think in terms of the striking, Paddy Pimblett has that reach advantage and that size advantage, but it's not as egregious as it was against Chandler. Like, Chandler's a fucking, I hate to just keep shitting on Chandler, but bro, he's just a midget, bro. And he has 2 wins in the UFC, and he's not accurate at all. And, he is wrestling Paddy Pimblett, trying to grapple with him, and just gets reversed immediately and gets his face elbowed in. Gaethje's not going to fucking do that. Gaethje is not going to be rushing in with his head down, trying to fucking make something happen. He's going to chop at the calves. He's going to jab. He's going to feint. He's going to do this thing called moving his fucking head. He's going to move his feet. And I think that if Gaethje can circle and reclaim the center of the octagon and only present Paddy with kickboxing or wrestling out in the open, he's going to start to piece him up, dude. Like, I do not think Paddy Pimblett will get the chance to reverse a position the way that he got to against, let's say, Bobby Green shooting that takedown because of the leg kick, right? Even Michael Chandler, he was chasing wrestling and then got reversed and got beat up. That's not happening against Justin Gaethje. You are going to have to go after him, get in the pocket where Justin Gaethje can strike in the clinch really well. Good body shots, good uppercuts in close. He can break away with that left hook, which we know Paddy Pimblett is there to be hit with. Even when Paddy Pimblett's going in combination, his chin is up, his hands are down, and I think Gaethje, with the corner that he has, with the IQ of Trevor Whitman, and the fact that he has improved technically as a striker, we've seen him do well against all these guys that are elite level fighters. Even his losses, man, catches Khabib badly with the uppercut and the left hook. That's gonna land against Paddy. Max Holloway gets beat up for most of that fight, still first guy to drop him in the pocket with that right hook over the top in the clinch. That's gonna land against Paddy Pimblett. Except I don't think Paddy Pimblett has the speed or the snap on his striking of a guy like Max Holloway that can throw a 4-piece and rock Justin Gaethje and then circle off, hit a spinning back kick. That's not how Paddy's moving on the feet, dude. I know that Gaethje has been through a lot of wars and taken a lot of damage, but I think that Paddy Pimblett needs to get this to the ground, and I just don't see these highlights of him where he just goes out there, gets a hold of these guys, and he takes them down. And that's how he leads to his submissions. A lot of the time, they've backed him up against the fence. They get overly aggressive. But if you look at some of these fights, even these guys that he's beat on this win streak, that nobody rated Paddy Pimblett, but now all of a sudden, we're glazing the fuck out of him. I don't know how you guys switch up so easily, but I've been saying this dude's fucking, like, really fucking good and a solid grappler for a long time and a big lightweight, which would take you really far. But even in these wins against guys like fucking Kazula Vargas, dude, he's getting dropped, bro. Luigi Vendraminio rocks him badly in the pocket and then for some reason rushes into him and is trying to grapple him. I just think Gaethje's a lot more composed and a lot more experienced at the higher level than these guys that Paddy has already fought. I think that if they get in a sloppy kind of brawl, Justin Gaethje wins that. He hits harder. He's more clean on the feet. He moves his head a little bit better. He's got solid fundamentals in terms of moving around on the outside. His footwork, he's made those improvements. And he does have solid takedown defense. We've seen it in moments that if he decides, I need to keep this fight standing, he can defend takedowns. Even against Fiziev, he showed a good ability to get back up from flat on his back being taken down. And I think that at some point, we will see Paddy Pimblett get a hold of Justin Gaethje. I can definitely see him jumping guard or jumping a triangle attempt early on, or maybe a guillotine attempt in a weird grappling exchange. Like maybe he pushes Gaethje over, gets on top, Gaethje wrestles up, Paddy goes for like a guillotine and jumps it. But we've seen Gaethje deal with like a Charles Oliveira jumping guard, jumping with an overhook, trying to get a hold of him, and he just stood up out of it and disengaged and rocked him and hurt him really badly multiple times. And I just feel like Paddy Pimblett is not the clean Muay Thai straight punches striker that a Charles Oliveira is. Charles Oliveira is not known at this as this like striking expert, but he has very clean Muay Thai. He has nasty straight punches. When have you ever seen Paddy Pimblett just lay somebody out with a straight right? We've seen Charles Oliveira really put people out bad with his punches. So I think that Justin Gaethje is going to be able to brawl with Paddy Pimblett effectively. I think that he can out-technique him on the feet, use his jab, avoid some big shots, counter the lazy jab of Paddy Pimblett, where Paddy kind of shoots that jab and then he brings his hands down to his chest. I think Gaethje's throwing an overhand over the top of that, following up with that left hook. I think that if there is some sort of grappling exchange, Paddy Pimblett will kind of, jump for a submission straight away, and Gaethje might have to deal with that and then stand back up. But I think that Justin Gaethje is going to win this fight, dude. I think he will keep it standing. I think it will be a kickboxing fight. And I could honestly see, now I know this is like my default prediction, but hear me out on this. Paddy Pimblett's chin is fucking crazy. I could see a Gaethje decision here. I could see a Gaethje just, technical, jab him up, chop the calf kicks. As the fight goes on, Paddy Pimblett's grappling kind of becomes less and less of a factor. He just stands with Gaethje. He eats some big shots. He maybe rocks Gaethje here and there or gets a takedown at some point late in a round. I think that regardless of win or lose, Paddy Pimblett will earn people's respect as a top 5 lightweight in the division, because I do think he's really fucking good. I'm super excited for this fight, and I do think that if he can get a hold of Justin Gaethje and keep him there for a prolonged period of time, he's gonna fucking sub him. Like, that is not, I'm not saying Paddy Pimblett has no chance against Justin Gaethje. I just feel like Gaethje stylistically and where he's at level-wise is way better than anybody Paddy Pimblett's fought. This is almost to me like a BSD jumping up to fight Poirier on his win streak. Like, I really feel like that, because, Paddy Pimblett has not had to fight any of these other dudes in the top 10 of lightweight, and I think he beats a lot of them, but at the same time, we don't actually know how elite he really is, because Michael Chandler is the best win that we have to go off when he's ranked number 7. And listen, I defend that fight like all the time. I talk about, listen, man, that's a good win for Paddy Pimblett, but at the same time, Justin Gaethje is a huge jump from Michael Chandler, skill-wise, resume-wise, fight IQ-wise, power-wise. He's way more accurate. He's way more dangerous. I think he causes way more damage. So I'm going to say that Justin Gaethje keeps this fight standing a lot better than people expect. And I think that he will start to piece up Paddy Pimblett. I think he'll chop him with the calf kicks. I think he will duck into some big kicks, some big jumping knees at some point. Paddy Pimblett will have success targeting the body with his kicks. And I think that if they clinch up, Paddy Pimblett will jump some sort of submission. But I think that Justin Gaethje has been very thoroughly prepared to fight on this date, probably thinking he was going to fight Ilya, but we've seen him just spamming the grappling training nonstop. Training with Fares Ziem, I think, is a really, really good idea, going into a matchup with a big, kind of lanky, powerful lightweight that really relies on his grappling. And I think Gaethje's striking is always going to be a little bit more clean and technical. Like, I think his jab is going to be quicker. I think he's going to be able to counter the lazy jab of Paddy Pimblett. And like I said, dude, mark my words, that left hook will be there all fucking day against Paddy Pimblett. I think Gaethje's going to rip him up with the left hook. I think he's going to rip him to the body. And I could see a decision or like a round 2 or 3 TKO for Justin Gaethje. Like, a stoppage where Paddy Pimblett's kind of complaining about the stoppage, but he does get rocked really badly and the ref maybe jumps in and Paddy's kind of... You know what I mean? Kind of, I wasn't out, lads. You know what I mean? I wasn't fucking out, but fair plays to Justin, lad. He's a fucking warrior, lads. But I wasn't fucking out. We don't get knocked out, you know what I mean? Like, but fucking hell, fair plays. I could see something like that where he's like kind of still there, but he goes down bad and the ref steps in and stops it. Or he goes to a decision, just gets bludgeoned, but he earns a lot of respect. He will rock Gaethje at some point also. And I know for a fact, regardless of what happens in this fight, these guys are getting a bonus somehow. Dana's already given these dudes a bonus, but yeah, this is my final prediction for Gaethje versus Pimblett. I think Gaethje is going to cause more damage on the feet. I think it's going to be primarily striking, and I think he's going to be a lot better than anybody else Paddy Pimblett has fought. And Paddy Pimblett, I don't think is the level of striker of the guys that are beating Justin Gaethje. That's just what it is. I don't think he has the snap on his strikes. I don't think he's as quick. I don't think he's as accurate. He doesn't shoot as many straight weapons or as many spinning attacks as some of these guys. I just think it's a totally different style than he has fought before. So I think that Justin Gaethje wins this fight. But hey, let me know your predictions in the comments down below. Make sure you guys drop a like if you enjoyed the video, man. Subscribe to the channel because I will be dropping my full card predictions this week. We're going through the entire pay-per-view. I'm so fucking excited. I'm so happy, guys. I'm so happy for this, guys. Let's fucking go, guys. I'm so happy to have UFC back. I will be streaming for this card as well, okay? We We'll be streaming together, watching this card. I can't fucking wait, dude. But yeah, let me know what you think, boys. Drop a like, subscribe, go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bedtime MMA, and I will see you guys in the next video, man. Goodbye.